Yosha! Whoa! Is that me? Who's that handsome son of a bitch? Ooh. Yeah. Okay. All right, what do we got going on here? Hello, people. Welcome back to another Neat and Chill stream. I got a whole lot of nothing prepared today. I just wanted to hop on and yeah, stream. So I might just be sitting here rambling and going on like I tend to do. Make sure everything is cool. Okay. Bum, 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 da, da. We got everything in order. Yeah, how are you guys doing? Oh boy. Don't mind me. I'm just gonna be chilling a little bit over here. Oh boy. You know, no, I shouldn't. I shouldn't say it. I was on Twitter today. I'll go ahead and say it. But I was on Twitter today, and somebody used the AI audio to recreate Hitler's voice and to do it. Basically, you can hear his speeches in English, but in his voice, and it's rather interesting. I almost want to play it. But I mean, even without even with the language barrier, right? You can certainly see how he had just the absolute fucking gift of gab, man. But I don't know. I probably shouldn't. I definitely probably shouldn't do that. Oh man, I'm kind of just on Twitter right now, just looking around. Mm-mm. Wait, how can you look at this and not believe there's a God? I swear, religious people just look for any goddamn thing. It's a video of a white blood cell wandering between red blood cells and checking for harmful organisms. I mean, come on, damn. Oh man. One day I'll be brave enough to stream my screen, but you know the internet is just so weird. Like you can just be on Twitter and then out of nowhere, like some ass shows up. That's always been like my main concern with doing shit like that. You know, I'm a little worried. I don't want to get in trouble. You know. Oh yeah, Hitler, definitely. You know, it's kind of worrying a bit. I got to be honest. I've been seeing, I've been seeing like a disturbing amount of pro Hitler shit. You know, just mildly disturbing. I'll just put it like that. I was like, is history starting to repeat itself? Yeah, I've heard like some interesting quotes. You know, post World War II. There's this one quote by I think what was his name, General Patton. He was like one of the commanders of the American Army, and he said we defeated the wrong enemy, or allegedly he said we defeated the wrong enemy. But you probably shouldn't worry about that. That rabbit hole is quite disturbing. Hmm. You ever just lay awake at night thinking about World War II? I do, man. Oh man. Mm-mm-mm. Yo, haha, what a story, Mark. Welcome to the stream. Welcome back, family. We're in here just chilling, hanging out, kicking it with the guys. I was gonna watch the Joe Biden State of the Union. I was gonna watch the Joe Biden State of the Union, but I made the mistake of thinking that it came on at 7 instead of 9, and so I was like, well, I guess I got nothing to do. Went ahead and hopped up here, but I'll probably hop off for like 9. I gotta catch that shit. I gotta see it. If he can get through the whole speech without fucking up, I mean, okay, I'll give him a fuck up allowance. It's right. I'm not gonna just get all upset just because he might mispronounce a few words or forget a few key names, right? But I am gonna be looking out for consistency. I'm gonna compare this to the Putin interview, basically. You know, Seeing Putin just sit there for what was it? What was it, like 2 hours or something? See him just sitting there and just eloquently and articulately, is that a word? Articulately, eloquently articulate himself and talk about all these interesting ideas and facts and historical knowledge and policies. It was just amazing. So let's see what Joe Biden can do in year 4. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it. Thoughts on the guy who burned himself alive for Palestine? Hardcore shit. Man, that motherfucker was hardcore. I mean, he just doused himself in gasoline, lit himself on fire, and just free Palestine, free Palestine, free Palestine. Man, I think the unfortunate thing about it, he probably went about things the wrong way. To be honest with you, we'll forget about him, and like he got about 3 weeks left before we forget, dude. This era is so much shit going on, bro. It's always a viral video, a viral moment or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you'll set yourself on fire and then be the center of attention on the internet for a week, and then another Cat Williams interview will come out and just completely overshadow you burning alive to protest the war in Israel and Gaza and whatnot. But it's really some messed up stuff going on over there, though. I be sure to fact check me here. But I remember seeing something that said like over 5,000 Palestinian children have been killed so far, or maybe it was civilians. I don't know, but you guys know I put out the video a while back talking about when this war first popped off, and how it was very suspicious that the Israeli government was able to be surprise attacked like that, because they have such advanced surveillance technology to protect themselves. They know that they're right next door to a group of people who are very hostile towards them, so they don't play about their security. They got, like, I saw this picture of like their border walls, and it's like multi-layered and shit, and it's got like barbed wire. It's really nice. It's really nice to wall. I wish we had one. And of course that's just the tip of the iceberg. Of course they got cameras, and like I've heard that their surveillance technology is so good that they can pick up like dogs and cats. And so basically what I'm saying is a lot of people believe that they knew the attack was going to happen, and then they allowed it to justify going to war. Is that a false flag? Is that the right word? But whenever you want to get people riled up to go to war, you gotta create the right kind of event to get people into it. Like I was just talking about World War II a second ago. After World War One, America started taking up a stance of being somewhat of an isolationist country. We didn't want to get involved in another big war after World War One, but leading up into World War Two, there were certain groups that had incentive for for us to get involved in the war, but we were still kind of clinging to that anti-war, don't get involved position. And of course, as we all know, it wasn't until Pearl Harbor that we got wrangled up into the war officially. But even before that, we were already doing things as far as like sending military aid, as far as like I think like planes, I mean aircraft, weapons, and things like that. And I think we had one of the primary reasons why Japan attacked us in the first place. Oh God. Look, see, you fucked up and got me talking about this shit. Oh boy, I should just stop there. I went way left. I went from Palestine, but basically what I'm saying is, if you want to go to war, you need an event, and for us, it was Pearl Harbor in World War II. Some people believe in the conspiracy that, much like 9/11, our government knew that Pearl Harbor was going to happen. I've seen, I think they're again, fact check me on this because I kind of just look up shit real quick. But one of the suspicious things about Pearl Harbor was that, like, for whatever reason, some of our more significant ships were not there. So it's like, think about it. You know somebody's coming to attack, but you're going to allow it to happen. But you don't want them to blow up too much of your shit. You move some of it away conveniently and let them get the bullshit. Right? That's one of the Pearl Harbor conspiracies, right? I don't know if it's true or not. But the fact is, that's what got us involved in the war. Fast forward to the war in Afghanistan, in the Middle East. What got us caught up in that? It was 9/11. Again, the conspiracy is that our government knew that it was going to happen and that they allowed it to happen. When you have a big crisis, a big event like that where a lot of people die, it gets people riled up and ready to go to war. And so if you look at the Gaza-Israel situation, the reason why a lot of people think that they knew the attack was coming and they allowed it was because you need that sort of thing to get people interested in going to war in the first place. If they knew it was coming and they prepared and they like the way they should have, they would have been like, hey, get your hippie asses away from the border. And they would have put military personnel there beforehand to prevent all the death and the chaos and the kidnappings and shit like that. Isn't it kind of suspicious how they were able to come in and just run shit for like half a day, and then you get all this convenient footage to get people all emotional and shit? Oh my God, they're kidnapping people. Whoa. Are they gonna rape her? Are they? Right? That sort of thing. And basically, yeah. Seems like they allowed it to happen to give them an excuse to go to war. So it's like, okay, we sacrifice a couple hundred of ours, you can kill a couple civilians, kidnap a couple of them, and they'll give us the excuse to come fuck you up all the way. And then people overlook the destruction that Israel causes on Gaza because it's like, well, this is just payback. You remember when they were kidnapping bitches and did they rape them, right? Remember that? And then so it allows people to overlook what they're doing now as far as all the violence against us, like displacing civilians who might have don't have resources and shit. I saw a video that showed that there would be like I don't know where it was coming from, but they were dropping supplies down for some of the refugees from Gaza for them to have like I guess water and food and stuff like that. But I say all that to say the motherfucker set himself on fire, right? He has a pretty good point. he has a pretty good point because the initial attack on Israel has given Israel the AOK to fuck Gaza up beyond all recognition. And people are going to look past it because they're so fixated on what happened initially. They see all these videos of these guys riding around on motorcycles and kidnapping hoes and shooting motherfuckers and stuff like that. And so it's like, well, I don't care. Remember what Jordan Peterson said, fight like hell, fight. Again, you get so caught up in the emotional aspect of it, which is understandable, right? I sort of did too until I did a little bit more research. And so again, you got to think about it. He's looking at it from that perspective that basically, this is a typical false flag situation that allows us to, we take a hit and then we hit them 100 times harder. And yeah, it's some messed up shit going on over there. But I went a little bit too in depth there. Oh man, this is why I don't stream too much. Cause y'all gonna get me kicked off YouTube. It's my own fault though. I go down too many rabbit holes. Thoughts on Usain Bolt? Oh wait. Biden is on his last legs for sure. It seems like I couldn't imagine Biden getting through another term. I can't see that. He looks like he's in really bad shape. In fact, I'm working on a video right now, kind of comparing his current state with how he was when he was like younger, like maybe even like just 10 years ago, but 10, 12 ish years ago. Because I'm very much into boxing, right? And one thing you'll see in boxing is that a lot of boxers, they get brain damage. And there are just certain behaviors and signs that you can see as the boxer's brain damage is becoming more and more severe over the years. And I think Muhammad Ali is like the perfect example of that, And one of the first things that you'll see in boxers with brain damage is their speech changes. They're not as quick, like quick-witted, or like how I'm sitting here just boom, 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 just throwing shit out, right? They start to slow down, like their speech slows down and their words become more mumbled. They become forgetful. They start slurring and things like that. And when you look at Joe Biden and, not just his, like the way he moves, but the way he talks specifically, is very reminiscent of what you would see in like brain damage with boxers and shit. It's very close. Just look it up. Look up like Muhammad Ali towards like the end of his career, whenever he would do interviews, like he sound, I hate to say it, but he sound like Joe Biden basically. And then compared to when he was younger, it's like, and so, now, obviously, it's just a difference between getting brain damage from getting hit in the head versus just getting old. But still, I think that at the end of the day, it's basically dementia type symptoms. And Biden isn't all the way there, man. It's like it's a disgrace, and I think you don't really appreciate it until you compare him with some of the other leaders in other countries. You look at someone like Justin Trudeau from Canada, Vladimir Putin. You look at Bukele from El Salvador. Their leaders are alert. They're able to express themselves very well. They can speak well. They carry themselves like strong leaders. And Biden is literally like, we just went to an old folks home and said, "Hey, put on this suit." And we'll tell you the rest. It's bad though. It's bad. I hate to say it. When Trump became president, I was like, I wasn't really into politics like that, to be honest. I was just kind of excited about just the hilarity of it, And then Biden won. It's kind of boring. Like Biden, I knew Biden was gonna be boring. That's why I was upset. I was like some MAGA motherfucker. I just thought it was funny because everybody was mad that Trump was president. They were overreacting. But I didn't give a fuck about Trump. It was just funny. Biden became president. I'm like, this is gonna be boring, bro. It won't. Well, it ain't boring, but but man, this is the first time I saw like a instant shift, like a drastic shift in the quality of life going from one president to the next. Like Biden might go down as the worst president ever, but there's that fucked up part of me that loves a spectacle. So imagine if Biden wins again, right? And he got 4 more years of old ass Biden, and he's deteriorating like so quickly too. He wasn't this bad when he first got in. Like he was like just a boring old dude at first. Now he's dementia ridden, geriatric, And so I don't want him to win, but at least if he does, that fucked up part of me that like seeing fucked up shit, we get to like, oh man, like we look like the worst country on the planet right now with this guy as our leader. Like there, at least we'll get some laughs out of it, Look, I'm trying to look at the silver linings and shit. Thoughts on Usain Bolt tackling the judge. That's the video where that guy had tackled that judge, right? Um, I wonder if I can. God, I know what the hell you're talking about, but it's been a while. It's been a while. Guy tackles female judge, then awarded. Oh no, nah, that's a joke pitch. My bad. That's a joke pitch. Oh boy, it's a joke. It says guy tackles female judge, then awarded a $5 million contract with the Vikings. It's a joke, people. Um, okay, so wait, it says Deobra Redden, I guess that's the guy, 30, also faces counts of battery on a protected person, battery of an officer, battery of a prisoner, intimidating a public officer, extortion, and other. Okay, that's pretty. It's pretty messed up. I don't know, I'm trying to see if I can find like I haven't seen it in a while. Let me see. Oh, I can't see it. Deobra Redden. Deobra Redden. Deobra Redden. This is good, fucking stupid. All right, it's all coming back to me. The man who leaped over the bench attacking the judge is being arraigned on leap day. Deobra Redden entered not guilty pleas to his charges. His attorney says the plea stems from reason of insanity. Man, if you ever had to concoct a way to get like a plausible like insanity plea, damn, that's how you do it. But nah, cause they're not gonna play that shit. They're not gonna play with his ass for that. Like that's they're not gonna play with his ass over that. Let me see if I can. Let's see if I can. Oh yeah, okay, that's the one. Son of a bitch. Okay, my screen froze too. I'm sorry, guys. Boop boop, and I'm back. Okay, it'd be like that. But yeah, he dived across and he dived across and attacked the bitch. I mean, what is there to say? I think I forgot the exact details, but isn't it like he didn't like the sentencing, right? I'm surprised they don't do it more often. I'm really surprised they don't do that shit more often, man. But yeah, it's when you gotta go to jail, when you gotta go to prison for a long amount of time or something like that. I think they denied his probation, right, or parole, and that's what I think that's what it was. And I guess in that moment where you realize I gotta go back, and like, what if? Again, I'm playing devil's advocate here, but you know, what if he legitimately feels like he's innocent? You know, he might really feel like that he didn't do anything wrong, and so he was like, "Here's my chance to get out." And she's like, "No, I can see why you would be frustrated, but that's not gonna help. That's definitely not gonna help. But it's got to be tough. It's got to be tough. You know, when you know, in prison and shit, or about to go to prison, and then you looking at the motherfucker that's sentencing you and about to send you back in there into that goddamn hellhole. Yeah, it's gotta be frustrating. I think even if you're in the wrong, yeah. I saw this one video where the guy what happened? This guy completely deserved it. He completely deserved it. He had like broke into some homes, and it was like armed robbery and shit. And he was in the courtroom and he got sentenced to like 45 years or something. Now he already had priors, and he was in there like, "This is fucked up, man. They had to hold him down and shit." But I guess at the end of the day, it's hard. It's harsh. Not to be a sympathizer for degenerate criminals, but damn. You know, going to prison just fucking sucks. So I guess, yeah, you will just snap out. Like sometimes I feel like if I had to go to prison for a while, like how do you not just fight the guards all day? Like I don't know. Again, hopefully I never find out. But I've been thinking like, How do you not just be in there just plotting 24/7? How can I kill a guard? Or at least plotting on some Clint Eastwood escape from Alcatraz shit. Like how can I get the hell out of here, bro? Whenever I think of a successful jailbreak, I'm always amazed that people can pull it off. When you got all day and nothing but time, yeah, you'll figure some shit out. It's crazy how people are idolizing that guy and treating him as a hero, especially since Israel has such security. It's weird how Hamas just barged right in and wreaked havoc for a day. Yeah, I mean, I can't look at him like a hero, to be honest. Because I now again fact check me on this, but because I was looking at the poll threads and they were digging up his internet history and stuff like that, and he seemed to be like one of those almost like I don't know, like self-hating, but like very liberal left wing type of white male. And look, that's cool, but setting yourself on fire, like I don't think that was the move. Like that wasn't the move. It wasn't, absolutely. I think he could have done more alive and just trying to spread the message and shit, like start a YouTube channel or something. 'Cause I think, like, really look at it. Are we any closer to ending the war now than before he set himself on fire? I don't. Yeah, I think it's likely that he might go down as being looked at as being more of a crazy person than anything else. Because this event doesn't have the same prestige. I hate to say that maybe that's not the right word, but I saw a lot of people who were comparing it to. Let me look it up real quick. Excuse me if my webcam freezes again. It happens whenever I start moving around too much. So what was it? It was the Vietnam. I'm gonna put in Vietnam dude on fire because I forgot the details. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Monk Thick Quang Duc. On a busy Saigon street in June 1963, Buddhist monk Thick Quang Duc lit himself on fire and set off a chain of events that led to America's involvement in the Vietnam War. So yeah, it was a monk who set himself on fire in protest of something. And like the picture of him like sitting there in like a meditative stance, like sitting down just on fire, and he just took it like he took it like a boss, just on fire, just and there's like this historic legendary picture that was taken of him while he was on fire in his meditative stance. Like, that's unfortunately epic, but it's epic. This dude, like, he was sitting there, like, look, hardcore, but like he didn't have the same level of composure as that guy. Although I heard he was on some pretty good drugs. But this guy didn't have the composure of that. And so it's more like just the extreme visual of it that makes it so amazing. That's really what's so eye-catching about it. Like, oh, he really set himself on fire. But I don't think it's gonna have the same kind of political impact. I think that's the unfortunate thing about it. These days, that's not the way to go about it. Because this is the low attention span TikTok short era of information, and it's always something else for people to divert their attention to. And that's, look at me, I set myself on fire. Like, that's not it's not going to do a lot. Maybe 10 years ago, 15 years ago, like the Obama era, that would have been something. But now, nah, bro. Like, we get like it used to be we got mass shootings. Now we get mass shootings where the motherfucker got a GoPro on and you see you're not about to make a splash, set yourself on fire looking like a fucking doofus, hopping up and down because you're hot. But again, I can't say that he has a point though, because it really is some messed up stuff going on over there. And I think, America just has this unrelenting policy of backing Israel up no matter what. And I think this is just an example of how that policy is making us in a way contribute into having blood on our hands as well. And I think I said this before, but like for me, every conversation starts with the fact that they allowed it to happen. Period. If you don't start there, I don't want to talk to you about this shit. That's the only way we can move forward and understand how to handle this. When you talk about this from an emotional standpoint of, oh my God, look at the motherfuckers on motorcycles and coming down and kid. That's not the way to look at it. You got to start from square one. Why did they allow it to happen in the first place? If our government were actually gave a fuck about the facts and wanting us to know the facts, well, that's where we would start. But hold up, we ain't sending you a goddamn thing till you tell us why you let this shit happen in the first place. Hold up. Hold up, Israel. Why did you allow it to happen? Explain that one. And then we can start talking about aid and shit. Before that, I ain't giving you shit. See, that's the problem. We don't have that. We don't have that in our government. We don't have common sense in our government. Everything is emotional. Everything's a fucking narrative. God. Ghostface! Abe Somi! What's up? Is Meek Mill gay? Freak Mill? I don't know. I think that I gotta say, I've always felt like, I feel like the obsession with who is gay in the entertainment industry is kind of silly to be honest. I remember Vlad, he said something, I think it's so true. He said, you're not famous until you get gay accusations against you. And I think one of the most recent examples of that is Shannon Sharp, right? Because now, you got comedians calling him gay and whatnot. And I think a lot of that is just reaching for any little thing that, right? We don't have something on somebody. What do you do? Oh, he's gay or something like that. Kind of like how women tend to argue. Like when they see guys, like I remember I was on Twitter the other day and I saw a tweet by Andrew Tate. And he said something about how he likes girls to have like their fingers manicured. And there was this girl whose tweet kind of went viral responding by saying basically like you must be gay to care about women's nails or some shit like that. But the point is, I just think normies just really obsess way too much over that shit. I think normies just care too much about wanting to know who's. But again, I get it. I get it, right? I get it. It's always interesting because I think what it comes down to is that you have this perception of this masculine tough guy, because usually those are the ones that'll get it the most, right? Masculine tough guy. Do you find out, oh, he's getting bent over and get his butt cheeks clapped? Like that's sensational, right? And I think normies just have a fascination with male homosexuality, whether they admit it or not. It's like just type in any rapper then gay. I bet you something pops up, regardless of their sexuality, and look at like all these like hip hop conspiracy videos, right? Most like all these like hip hop Illuminati's secret society industry secret shit, right? 9 times out of 10, bro, it's some conspiracy about who is gay, bro. It's the same shit. And it's just like, I think to me, it's just kind of played out. To me, it's kind of played out. So for me, I don't give a fuck if Meek Mill is gay or not. I don't care, I would just hope that whatever you're into, that you're comfortable with your sexuality and that's it. But I don't think it's anybody's fucking business. Tackle, that shit was it was, man. And I just watched it again and it's like he said something before he did it, and you can see people kind of like getting ready to react. I'm not saying they let it happen. I'm not saying it's a false flag or anything, but I didn't realize like how much of a tale he gave before he leaked. But he was like, and you see people like look like, wait, is he gonna do it? And right? But I think it was just like, you know how in basketball you got your first step like that, boom. I think he said something, and then they looked and reacted. But once he made that boom, like Godspeed, just boom, it was too late, and then he just died. He just died right on her, bro. But again, that's not the way to go. That's not the way to go. Then on top of that, it was a woman too, bro. Come on, bro. Really, you're making it worse. Basically, you're making it worse. Super Chad Marco, Kimo Sabi, welcome to the stream, man. We're just hanging out. I'm just wasting time until the State of the Union comes on later, and then I'll get something to eat, and I'll be watching that because I want a good laugh. So I'll be hanging out with you guys until then. It's only been 40 minutes. I feel like I've been talking for an hour. Shit. He just wanted to end himself. That's all. Maybe it was like some hidden mental illness or something. Cause the dudes, but that's not the way to do it though. On fire, shit. Whoa. I saw this video on R9K. It was some sad shit, man. But this guy, he was on like a Discord video chat, and he had like this bottle, and it was like some liquid in it. And somebody said it was like 5 milligrams of like some dope or something like that. And he drank it. And then like you see him like kind of just getting loopy and shit. Apparently whatever was in there was enough to kill a motherfucker. You see him like getting loopy and like, right? And then he just gets up and he goes and lay on the bed. Then it fast forwards and you see his mom and his dad come in there and they're just distraught. And like, cause it must have been a while, because when the mom came in, she was holding her nose. Because, you know, after you die, the body starts to decay and the smell is awful. She goes in there and she's holding her nose and she sees her son just laying there on the bed dead. And the father comes in there, he's checking on him and he's like, oh my God. You know, it's kind of like the Shorby situation, but less gruesome. You know, he just drank some liquid, got loopy and went to sleep, didn't wake up. How did I start talking about suicide? Oh, the set yourself on fire guy. But if you don't want to kill yourself, that ain't the way I want to go. Hell no. If I got to go out on fire, then it's got to be like some... it's got to be some shit like kamikaze. Like I hijacked a plane. Like not like I'm going to kill people, hijack a plane. But I mean, like if I'm just trying, like this is it, then I take a plane by myself and then I just fly it around and then I just like crash it into a wall or something like that. If I wouldn't even do that, but I'm just saying if I had to, I'm like, okay, let me get a plane. Give me some flying lessons and let's get this thing going. But not just regular on fire. Not regular on... No. No, that's bad. Give me the kamikaze, the bonsai. Boom. Right? That's probably bad too, though. It's probably like underrated. Oh, man. You guys want to talk about World War II again? The whole Palestine thing was just a justification to maybe I can't begin to understand what was going on in the mind of somebody that would just set themselves on fire. You know, I was suicidal at one point, but I didn't want to be on fucking fire. You saw his leg? Like his leg, you can see like the white meat on his leg and the clothes just dripping off of him, like terrible. But whoo, I mean, I give him credit though, at least for like the just the hardcore level. You know how you got those wrestlers that just put their body on the line, like a Jeff Hardy, like they'll snap their own spine just for a good spot. Like he's like that, but times 1,000. So it's like, okay, but it's unfortunate because, you know, these days, bro, we see so much crazy shit on the internet. Like that's like 2 weeks. That's like 2 weeks at the most. That's 2 weeks at the most. Like really, it's like 3 days of people giving a fuck. Then it's like a week. The rest of the week is just like the people who like finding out still. And then it's like a week later, you got motherfuckers like me. They'll talk about it because you talking about it. But that's it. We're not talking about him next month. We're not. It's a waste, bro. It's a waste. If he was going to crash out, he should have taken out some of the enemy, not just himself. Well, that's something. I don't condone violence of any kind. Seriously. Seriously, but you know, I gotta say though, man, one thing about these people who do shit like the mass shootings and whatnot, they're always like bully types. They always go after like innocent people. Like they don't do like a bat. Like, dude, if you're gonna do like a mass shooting, at least go Batman first. But I'm not saying like, I'm not saying get in the Batman outfit and then start shooting people. I'm saying like, look, you don't give a fuck about nothing, right? So pretend you're Batman and go fight justice. Go beat up drug dealers and stuff. Right? Try to save the world. Yeah, right? I mean, go rescue people out of a burning. Like, you got nothing to lose now. So I don't get why people just want to be a evil bully about this shit. You have the license to be the new like real life Batman. I mean, of course, you can customize your own outfit or something. Come up with your own character and shit. You ain't got to copy Bat. I'm just saying, give you an idea. Right, like you could be like a Joker type. You know what I'm saying? You could be like a new Joker or something like that, right? He's in, but be like the good Joker, right? And just go ham until you can't no more, you know. But you know that would require balls. That would require integrity and honor and shit. Something lacking in these fools. God set himself on fire for Globo Omo. Not a good look. Not a good look. I mean, is that Globo Omo though? Is that because I feel like siding with Israel is more like the Globo. Siding with Israel is more like Globo because that's the narrative. That's the prevailing narrative. But then again, you do got a lot of pro-Palestine. So maybe this is like third level where the typical pit one side against the other, right? Red versus blue, Democrat versus Republican, Palestine versus Israel. Either way, we lose. So maybe it's something like that, you know? So, but I was just thinking in terms of, because to me, it seems like the prevailing narrative is that we should support Israel, especially being in America. You know, Israel always been like one of our road dogs, you know? Like America and Israel is like the Dudley brothers or something, man. Oh boy. That Air Force guy's Reddit history makes me believe he definitely wasn't right in the head. Yeah, I saw some weird shit. It was some weird stuff. I mean, you can't be right in the head and set yourself on fire. You know, like let's get that out the way. That's not the way to do it, bro. That's just not the way to do it. Period. So yes, I agree. He wasn't right. He was, you know, as much of a good point that he might have had as far as the atrocities and the wrongdoings over there. Setting yourself on fire is not. Simply is not the way, you know. So yeah, I would have to agree. Our ATM used that photo of the Buddhist monk on fire on one. I heard that. Yeah, I saw that in one of the poll threads when we were talking about it. Are you really a 30-year-old virgin or was that cap? Why? You know, I was just thinking about this because somebody said that shit. Who said it? I think it was in one of the threads on R9K. Recently somebody, I get that every now and then where people don't believe me. I'm gonna do a video with one of my good friends. I'm gonna let him tell you. I'm gonna let him tell you. Here, I'm gonna let him let you know. I was just thinking, like, how can I prove this shit? Motherfuckers don't believe me. I get it. I'm handsome and I got charisma. Yeah. But yeah, seriously, as handsome and awesome as I am. But dude, I'm telling you, it's not that big of a deal. That's what people gotta understand, bro. Losing your virginity doesn't mean shit. It's about getting with a girl that you're compatible with, a girl that you like. That's the hard part. It's easy to get pussy, relatively, if you don't gotta have any standards. It's easy if you just don't give a fuck. Let's start with the first layer. Prostitution, hookers, boom, dude, you can pay for it if you want it. But then, okay, let's scratch that. Fat bitches. Fat. I remember when I made a Tinder profile just to kind of see what I would attract. Fat bitches, of course. You know, just straight gorilla orc hoes. Um, we all know the story of the cashier girl that was on my dick, but she was the girlfriend of one of my friends, and me being an honorable motherfucker with integrity, I didn't go for it. I've had fat bitches who were throwing me some play, studs, men, right? God, right there. So, dude, I'm telling you, being a virgin is nothing. All you got to do is have a basic ass standard about yourself. That's all it takes. Most people only lose their virginity because they don't have standards. Point blank, period. That's the only reason. If people held themselves to a standard and said, no, I'm going to be with a woman that I'm attracted to. I'm going to be with a woman who has integrity. I'm going to be with a woman who's a good person. Dude, half the people who are not virgins will be virgins right now. It's not all. It's the most basic fucking thing, dude. It's just to have a standard, and you'll be a 30-year-old virgin. It's all it takes, bro. Most people don't have standards when it comes to having sex. That's all it takes. A little standard, and boom, there you go. You're me. You're me. God damn it. Who hip hop in general is obsessed with gayness even more than other entertainment, and absolutely, that's absolutely true. Whether it's the blatant homophobia, like, you know, the DMX types, right? But then you also have like just the obsession with wanting to uncover who is gay and this and that and all, right? It true, that shit is real, bro. I'm telling you, and it's just like, to me, it's lame. It's lame as fuck. But I get it because it's like. You know how you go into the store and you see those tabloids and shit about celebrities, like, oh, this celebrity just broke up with that celebrity, or this celebrity is going through a divorce, and or what, right? It's that kind of tabloid sensationalism, and finding out some guy, some actor, some musician is gay. Like, that's always gonna be like headline news, especially in like black entertainment, you know, like when August Alsina popped up on Love and Hip Hop with a alleged boyfriend or something like that. Boom, I couldn't hear the end of it in my house. Like, I mean, it's and I think like the fascinating thing about it to me is just that people get so upset about the pushing of the LGBT agenda, but then they're the same ones who obsess over, you know, homosexuality in the entertainment industry. So, not hip hop, but black people. Yes, it's an issue within the black community. From what I've seen, black people are the most homophobic. If you want to be real, oh yeah, for sure, for sure. I mean, it's not like all the time, but just here and there, like I see people just say and do certain things, right? Even people who seem to be like accepting of gays on the surface, you know, you hang out with them privately and you'll hear them say some shit, or just off the cuff, and it's like, damn. Right? But you know, it is what it is, but it's definitely like this obsession within hip hop. So I try to stay away from that shit. I just think it's corny as fuck. He unalived himself using methadone. He melted it in his water, drank it, then went to the afterlife. Hold up. I gotta do my 5 minutes of research. Methadone. Methadone. Oh, it's methadone. I said metho. Methadone. 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 This medication is used to treat moderate to severe pain. Methadone, sold under the brand names Dolafine and Methadose, among others, is a synthetic opioid agonist used for chronic pain and also for opioid use disorder. It is used to treat chronic pain. Okay. Oh, all right. Oh, okay. Damn. Okay, I got you. Well, Now we know. Now we know that you need to get out of here. I mean, it looked pretty. I don't know if it was painless, but it didn't look painful. It won't set yourself on fire. It's a little bit better than that, you know. Oh man. Damn, when I wanted to kill myself, I was like, let me do the exit bag shit. I was real bitch ass about it too. The goddamn exit bag. I had no hardcore blood in me. Exit bag, you punk bitch. Oh boy. Let me stop. Suicide is a serious, very, very serious topic, you know. God, dude, but real shit, man, it's fucked up because I always say this. I remember being that young and feeling like it was that serious. And then I swear, it's like how people say your brain don't finish developing until 25. I swear, when I hit 25, it's like something just clicked. And I was like, yo, this shit is not that serious. I remember it too. I was walking back from Walmart. It was a bright sunny day. And I was listening to my anime music. It was beautiful. And I just remember I was like, yo, like life is fucking good. And I've been like that ever since, bro. It's like, I mean, right when I was 25, something just clicked. And I was like, yo, what the hell was I so upset about? Oh man. God, man. But yeah, it's always fucked up when really young people do it like that. Cause I can just think like, what if I just had that, like, if I wasn't such a punk bitch about it, no, I'm just playing. But if I was really gun ho about that shit, like I wouldn't be here, man. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. I think sometimes these younger guys, they just need like a few more years, bro. 2, 3, 4 more years. Some pussy. You know, I'm pro virgin as hell. But I think a lot of these guys, if you give them some pussy, God, that's all it would take. I'm telling you, you get some just a mid girlfriend on your 19th, 20th birthday. That's it. That'll it don't even gotta last forever. Just like a 3-4 year, just to get you to that point where your brain finished developing, bro. Just get there. Get there, dude. I didn't need it, luckily. I didn't need it, luckily, but he unalived himself. Jeff Hardy mentioned I got to throw myself off a ladder. Oh man, yeah. You know, I've been watching like wrestling shit. I don't want to nerd out about wrestling today, but I just want to say this. I want to say this about wrestling real quick, 'cause I think this is very interesting. I saw this video where this guy, it was like this, you know, typical like YouTube video, 10 minutes, a list of like 10 wrestling facts. And in the beginning, he said that he talked about the wrestling fandom cycle that people tend to go through, right? Where it's like as a kid, you get sucked into wrestling thinking that it's real. And then as you get older, you find out that it's scripted and then you lose interest. And then as an adult, you begin to learn about the inner workings of the wrestling industry and how everything works. And you become re-interested in it. And that was exactly what happened to me. I found out that wrestling was, I just started to realize like, oh, this shit can't be real. And I remember what set that off for me was when Booker T had the rivalry with Stone Cold Steve Austin. And when Booker T was stalking Stone Cold in the grocery store, and he thought that he saw Stone Cold, but it was just some random bald dude, but he hit him and knocked him out. I was like, he can't do that. If he go knock out a random dude in the store, he's getting sued. And that's kind of where it started to unravel for me. But as I got older, and I was like, oh, oh, this is what it does to the body? Like, y'all out here, like, these motherfuckers are really like some hardcore stuntmen. Right, and just all the effort and planning that goes into the matches and like the necessity for charisma to build a character up and all that promos, like those guys are. It's such an impressive art form when you really break it down. Like it's nothing to scoff at. Like those guys are awesome as fuck. I swear. Mass shooters have hate in their heart. Saving people is the last thing they want to do. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, it just seemed kind of like even, but I guess because I'm an honorable motherfucker, so like I want to challenge. So like, let me start beating up drug dealers or something. I want to check. Like, I'm not gonna get off. Like, I'm not a bully. I'm not a bully, but I guess you gotta be bully minded to do some shit like that. Bully minded. Hold up. Where the fuck do we go? Gorilla orc hoes must be my favorite. Yes, gorilla orc hoes. Just big sloppy bitches, with the rusty ring around their neck. And you ever seen girls, like black girls, so fat that they cheek pads start looking like orangutan, and they get all rusty and shit. Like, those are the type of girls I could easily get. I could easily just, yeah. But again, it ain't worth it, bro. God Nova, welcome to the stream. It's good. Oh yeah, yeah. Where the hoes at, bro? I need a new one, bruh. Don't start. Don't start. I'm not starting. I'm not starting there. I'm not. Go home to your girl, bro. Go home to your girl. You know you love that girl. Stop playing with me. Oh man. You know you love that girl. I ain't even gonna lie, man. Like, I loved her, and you better go be with that girl, man. A bitch ain't gonna do nothing but add problems. Yes. Yes. I feel like you gotta be lucky. You gotta be real lucky to get a girl that you can really feel like, yo, I benefit from sharing my life with her. Right? If that's your standard, I have to benefit from sharing my life with this girl. I have to be attracted. You'll stay a virgin easily. When I was in high school, I was extremely anxious about everything. But once I left, I stopped caring as much. Sad to see young people give in to their impulses. Yeah, it's that I'd say 16, but it's like 16 to 22, right? Oh boy. Woo. Whoa, God. I think I kind of over exaggerated a bit. Like, I wasn't just like always fucked up, distraught, but because I had good times too, because I was just getting into rapping then. I had like a little rap crew and shit. We made t-shirts. I was rapping with different people. So it wasn't all bad. It definitely wasn't all bad. But I didn't have like that foundation, I think that was the problem. I think it's kind of like how you see with a lot of like celebrities. Not saying I'm a celebrity, but I think, what you see a lot of times with, like, especially with young people who gain success early, you'll notice that they oftentimes get into trouble and things like that. Like, they don't know how to handle the success. They don't know how to handle different things. And it's like, even though they might be having the time of their lives, they lack like the foundational maturity within themselves, or self knowledge, and just knowledge of the world and how to navigate certain things, that they just end up like really just going off the deep end and falling off track, and things like that. And again, even though back then I'm just like a regular broke dude, I had fun, but I think my fun was very much superficial. My fun was just, Dreamcast and junk food and pornography and things like that. I hadn't really gotten into self-improvement the way that I am now, and it was just kind of more of a roller coaster, right? Dude, this angle here is kind of ominous, a little shadow by my mouth. But yeah, man. But it wasn't all bad. It wasn't all bad, I remember too. This is so stupid, but after I got out of the mental hospital in my early 20s, my mom, bless her heart, she thought that I had my mental breakdown because I didn't have any bitches. Right? I was like, oh Lord, Mom, you're so innocent. Oh, Mom. But really, when I think about it, and like what it was for me was that I felt like I lacked the self control and self discipline to really steer myself in a better direction. I don't know if people can relate to that, but that was what my big issue was that really caused me to snap. Like I felt like I had been going in the wrong direction my whole life, and then by the time I realized that I can, like, oh, I can do things differently, but I've been doing things wrong for so long, it's like I felt like it would be impossible, to establish self control and self discipline and shit like that. And that's when my brain just pop. Oh boy. But we'll tell that whole story one day. That's one that I'm saving. Booker T gone done dirty by Triple. Oh, at WrestleMania 19, Triple H was low key racist as fuck during that feud. I've heard a lot of people say that they felt like Booker T should have won that because, and I wasn't paying attention to that feud when it was happening. I just kind of know about the basic narrative surrounding it, and it was that Triple H was kind of being somewhat low-key racist towards Booker T. And people had the vision of, okay, so this is going to be a storyline where, the highly regarded and respected black wrestler is going to overcome this low-key racist, racist white wrestler, and then he ends up losing. And a lot of people felt like that was a bad move. And you gotta wonder, like, what that is puzzling too, though. Like, I'm not saying it like Booker T just should have won off the strength of, but I think it's more so the storyline that makes it fucked up. Because what you did was you basically crafted a storyline of a black man versus a racist, and let the racist come out on top and go off into the sunset. Like, that's like, cool. Like, even for wrestling, that's kind of fucked up, And wrestling does some, man. Man, I remember the funniest shit I saw. I was looking at some like an old fight between The Rock and Triple H, and I think The Rock was like beating Triple H ass, and what The Rock used to do was so funny. He would beat your ass all the way outside outside of the ring, and he'll get by the announcer's table and he'll start talking about how he whooping your ass, right? And so he put the headset on and he talking like as he whooping Triple H's ass, and he was like, "Get out of here, you're half gay anyway." Dude, I swear, dude, like The Rock in his prime was really something special. Like, go back and look at like prime Rock. I think a lot of us forgot about how awesome he was. Like, the way he would do like the people's elbow, it won't just like an elbow drop, bro. Like he would like do it differently depending on the match and who he was like fighting against. Like, I remember in one, he was going against Mankind. Mankind had like the sock shit, right? And so when The Rock hit him with the people's elbow, like as he was setting it up, he did like a little like like a little sock puppet motion. Dude, whoa. Like, now, he old and stiff. but man, The Rock in his prime was really something special. Like, definitely worth going back looking at that shit. But yeah, damn, they did Booker T dirty for real though. Chad's rap crew, chill game. Oh yeah, we're gonna have a chill game reunion. $1 million chill boy, stronger and we faster. Oh God. Yeah. You know what? I'm glad we broke the fuck up though. I'm glad we broke the fuck up, man. And the reason why I say that is this. When you have like young guys coming together to create a rap collective, you can be cool in that moment, right? When you're young and shit. But it's like as people grow up and get older, like people just turn into like people just change, bro. And it's hard to keep people on the same page, like in terms of like the style of music. Like you know how like with Outkast, right? When they first started, like Big Boy and Andre 3000, when they first started out, they were on the same page in terms of the music. But then Andre 3000, he started getting into all that spiritual shit. He started dressing different and looking different and living different. He started dating Erica Badu, and you know she she way out there. And Big Boy, he just like a street dude, just regular street guy. And then like you see how people came in together, like they came in together, but then grew apart in terms of like the style of music. And you know, I feel like the greatest example of that is one of the albums is I think it's a double album. And one album is like basically Big Boy, and the other album is Andre 3000. But it's like it's so crazy because musically they diverge from each other so much that they had to make a double album where look, look like I'm gonna do me on this side and you do you. Like that's right. And because you know when I first started rapping, I was doing like the basic, like because I was inspired by like and really all of us, we were inspired by like the southern hip hop movement, you know, Gucci Mane and Waka Flocka, them Franchise Boys, Soldier Boy and shit like that. So we were really like emulating a lot of that. You know, if you go back and listen to my old shit, oh my God, I'm kind of embarrassed about it, but we were just having fun, you know. But as like I started to kind of develop into like a different type of artist when I started like to rap about shit that was more personal to me, you know, and like I started to realize like, yo, like it would be hard to still like if I was still in the group, like you know, it would be hard to just fit in. Like I could do it because I know how to make different types of music, and you kind of see that with like the drill music compared to the robot music and shit. How I can kind of switch it up, but man, like that would be definitely a challenge. But yeah, I came into the game in a rap collective. Oh man. I think one day I'll bring one of the guys on, and we'll kind of just step by step break down like what that period was like. Man, it was definitely fun though. It was fun. Like now I'm on my lonely artist shit where I do everything by myself. But it was fun at the same time. You know, I talked all that shit about how people grow apart and all that. But at the same time, it was definitely fun. Like we would all like right here in this room. Like my room was the spot. You know, cause my mom worked at night, and so it was perfect. People just like we go over to E-Man house, set up the mic and shit, and then I mean, dude, like this room got really so much history, like so many different like local artists have been. I'm telling you, like I know you guys just see me here, but before I really started going hard with like the Chad Marco brand, like I was working with a lot of like local artists. Like I'm telling you, it might have been like I probably had like 40 different artists in this room, bro. Like local artists. I'm telling you, like at least about 40, dude. Now some of them were just like one-time rappers, like, oh, let me try to rap. And some of them were more serious, but that was a whole saga, and that shit was fun. I guess that's probably the one element that I kind of missed about like being a part of a group. It's like I don't have that same like party element to recording. Everything is done by myself. I've been here talking to myself and shit. Oh boy. $1 Million Chill, boy. What's your favorite wrestler of all time, Chad, or top 5? Favorite wrestler. Favorite wrestler. You guys are gonna laugh, but rapper John Cena, not militant Navy SEALs John Cena, rapper John Cena. Rapper John Cena. I gotta say it, man. I gotta be honest, dog. Like that because he could actually, to be fair, he could actually rap, bro. He could rap. Like he was looking back, yeah, it was kind of corny, but his first theme song, bro, like I was out, like that song was actually pretty dope. Like I don't think it was the first time they tried like a hip hop type character, but that was definitely the first time it ever like hit the mark. And to me, I thought it was cool, bro. Again, now I look back, I'm like, yeah, you thought that was cool? But man, yeah, I gotta be honest, like rat, like not, and the worst thing about it, like militant, because you kind of got like three John Cenas, right? You got rapper John Cena, you got Navy SEALs militant John Cena, and then you got superhero Cena. The militant Navy SEALs, that was the coolest John Cena. That was the that was definitely the coolest one. When he got his second theme and shit, that was the coolest one. I gotta be so lame. I gotta like not even be like didn't even like the coolest one. I had like the fucking rapper John Cena. And then he turned in like during the PG era, he turned in like Super Cena, where he was just a straight cornball. Like he was like what Hulk Hogan turned into, right? Where his whole thing just got played out. Except Hulk Hogan turned heel at WCW into Hollywood Hogan at the right time before his shit went completely stale. And John Cena didn't, he just let that shit play out. But yeah, rapper John Cena, Stone Cold, just like that. Rapper John, and then it's like you put rapper John Cena in front of. I'm just, bro. I gotta be honest, dog. I thought that shit was cool because as cool as Stone Cold is, he's a hillbilly redneck. I'm a young black youth, and at least John Cena had like the cool hip hop thing going. Stone Cold is just straight up. I'm a redneck. I'm probably low. No, I ain't gonna put that on him. I don't think Steve Austin was low key racist. He was a wife beater. Look it up. He was a wife beater. But yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with Stone Cold. Stone Cold, and The Rock saved WWE. Period. I say global homo because the man was a self-hating white, served in the Air Force, and lately in the lefty circles is hip to hate. Is hip to hate. Yeah. yeah. But yeah, I can see that though. It's hard though because I'm trying not to get caught up in that left versus right, red versus blue mentality. Like one of the guys I like to watch, like conspiracy tinfoil hat guys, like I like to watch is David Icke. He's one of my favorite. And he was kind of breaking down in one of his recent videos how people are infiltrating the alternative media. And he kind of looks at people like Donald Trump and Elon Musk as being problematic. And he was basically showing how, all right, so look at right now, the big crisis is the immigration issue, right? The immigration crisis. Oh my God. And he showed this clip of Donald Trump, and Donald Trump in his clip, of course, he's running very strongly on stopping illegal immigration. But in his clip, he was talking about using like this, I forgot the exact name of it, but it's like this really potentially invasive, like AI technology type of border security. And so David Icke was like breaking it down in such a way where it's like, okay, what's the crisis? It's the illegal immigration thing, right? All the illegal immigrants come over the border. The clear bad guys are the Democrats because they're the ones that undid a lot of the policies that prevented the level of illegal immigration that we have right now. And so it's like, okay, well, these are the Biden administration, the Democrats, they're definitely the bad guys. Trump has to be the good guy because he's always talked about illegal immigration and all that, and they'll build the wall. But the trick is, what if Trump doesn't actually do or build the wall, right? And instead he moves forward with this AI, like invasive technology instead to help secure the border. And I don't know the ins and outs of it, but apparently it's something that, while on the surface is going to help prevent illegal immigration, the intended purpose is to actually increase surveillance over us, the citizens population. So you create the problem and then you create a solution for the people, but that solution is actually giving you more control over the people. And so, again, I don't know how true all this is, right? I listen to all this shit with a grain of salt, but too often this shit just turns out to be true. That's why I be tuned into it. But I kind of feel like the Israel Gaza shit is kind of like that, where I'm trying not to get too caught up on one side over the other. But you know, I'm confused. Basically, like sometimes I feel like I don't know what the fuck is going on, and I got to depend on just my common sense sometimes. But I tell you one thing, I'm not so confused that I'm gonna set myself on fire for either one of them motherfuckers. The man just came across as an NPC type who never held an original thought in his life. I can see that based on what was posted on poll that day. What time is it? Okay, I got a few minutes. Have you read any visual novels? Does Tamani and Asagi Zero count? That's a visual novel, right? Let me look at what's a. I always forget this. Visual novel. Visual novel. Visual novel. Yeah. Tamani and Asagi Zero. It's a Tamani and Asagi Zero. It's this epic tale of these strong female ninjas who go on to try to save the city from this evil cult of underground debauchery and sin. But things don't quite go their way, to say the least. Whoo, boy, I'm into some fucked up shit. But yeah, I gotta get more into that though. Hentai, type stuff. But yeah, Tamani and Asagi Zero. That was the last one. I've seen the Tamani and Asagi like series where it's 4 episodes, but I always wanted to go back and look at the visual novel version of it. I got it on my computer. But yeah, the only visual novels I watch are hentai based, basically. You guys know I'm cooned out of my mind here. Look at me, I'm a porn addict. It's just like heroin. Dude, I swear to fucking God. I go on Twitter sometimes and I see these anti-porn idiots. And like they literally compare porn addiction to like being like heroin and shit. I'm like, what? Look at me. I'm an example of porn addiction at its worst. God, I'm sitting. Look, I'm a healthy young. I swear, bro. Normies are just a trip. I got a new video coming out too, where I talk about porn again, and it's gonna be another banger. It's gonna be yet another night walk vlog classic. Might even hit 1,000 views this time. Oh man, look at me, Mr. Porn Addict. I'm so fucked up. He was supposed to be the self-insert for the regular people in this feud against McMahon. McMahon was the representation of soul-crushing corporate. Yep. If you guys don't know about it, there's this great YouTube series called Reliving the War by a YouTube channel called Wrestle Bios. And he does great wrestling videos. Like, man, this guy top notch YouTuber. Um, some of the best you like wrestling short documentaries you'll see. But his claim to fame is the Reliving the War series, where if you guys don't know, during the 90s, the WWE were in direct competition with WCW. And for a while, WCW was kicking the WWE's ass. Like right before the Attitude Era, there was the New Generation era within WWE where Shawn Michaels was leading the way. And that was like one of the dark periods of WWE where they just weren't all that successful. And WCW were coming into their own after the New World Order angle with Hollywood Hogan, where Hogan would heel. Kevin Nash and Scott Hall jumped ship from WWE to WCW. And so WCW was just on a fucking tear, bro. They were just kicking ass. And so in the ratings, they were beating the shit out of WWE for like 83 weeks straight. And like that was but basically that's the whole theme of that show, is that it covers the whole period from the beginning of the ratings war between WCW to the end. And it's not finished yet. I think now it's like at this point it's like at episode 100 something, where WWE has turned things around because of Stone Cold and The Rock coming into their own, and the Stone Cold versus McMahon feud. But you gotta, if you're into wrestling, you gotta check it out. It's like I've watched it from like episode 1 to like 100 and something up until now, where they're into the Attitude Era and all that shit. But it's so interesting seeing WCW on top and WWE at the bottom, and then it slowly transitioning. And it obviously happens when Stone Cold and The Rock started coming in. Like, that's right when you start to see the change. When Stone Cold and The Rock started coming into their own as characters. And The Rock early on was like lame. He was whack. When you first see him get introduced, he was wearing like a blue outfit, and he was just a cornball. And then he joined the Nation of Domination with Farouk and Mark Henry and D'Lo Brown. And then he turned heel. Like when he turned heel, it was game over. it was game over, bro. But you definitely gotta check it out. Definitely gotta check it out, bro. Stone Cold was the rage of the regular people that they just couldn't unleash in real. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Look, I love Stone Cold. I ain't gonna lie. Like Stone Cold, he was definitely the man. But dude, thugonomics. The thugonomics, dude. When I'm fighting or spitting, my discipline is unforgiving. Got you backing up in the defensive position. A ass kicking anthem. Heavyweight or bantam. Holding camps for ransom. Oh man, dude. Yes. I was into it, man. I was into that shit. X-Pac and Billy Gunn, D-Generation X OGs. Absolutely. Scotty Too Hottie. I was into corny shit like that too, I ain't gonna lie. The Worm. When Rikishi joined Too Sexy, oh man, the Attitude Era was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. It really was. All the John Cenas. Yes, you got rapper John Cena, military John Cena, super Cena. You know, I saw the latest cover for I think it's the alternative cover for the new. I think is you know how WWE put out their games 2K24 and all that. And you know how they have like the overly expensive version, like the deluxe edition? They got rapper Cena on the cover of the deluxe edition of like the new wrestling game. I was like, yo, that's cool as fuck. It kind of made me want to buy it, but it's like too hot and broke. I was like, they brought back rapper Cena for the cover specifically? Let me see here. Ooh. A John Cena heel turn would have saved wrestling in the main. Maybe, but don't be so quick to think. Perhaps. But remember, I've seen a lot of people say when Stone Cold went heel, it didn't work out. And you would have thought it would have been a natural transition, because his character was one of like the first anti-hero type of wrestling baby faces, right? Where you got like the kind of edgy, the more like instead of the superhero righteous and always good and the old school type of Hogan baby face, you had the new archetype, the anti-hero baby face in Stone Cold. You would think him turning heel would be a no-brainer, but from everything that I've researched, that period didn't quite work out. So who knows? Like really, sometimes you don't know. And then remember, when Hogan turned heel, a lot of people didn't think that was a good idea before he did it. He didn't even want to do it. I don't think he wanted to do it until he saw the New World Order shit unraveling, and he wanted to self-insert himself into it because he started to realize, oh yeah, that's hot right there. But sometimes you don't know. You don't know. Me, I'm the type, because I'm crazy. I like to see I like to see people just try shit to fuck something up. I would love it. I would love it, but they never went for it. Man. But I don't know. I guess at that point, John Cena, because John Cena was so big, and he was like, I think he was like the number one requested like Make-A-Wish Foundation guy. Where dying kids, they want to meet their hero, and I guess like John Cena had just, I can kind of understand why you wouldn't want to turn heel. And knowing you got dying kids looking at you like a hero, and you got to pull up one day back to rapper Cena. He couldn't do that again anyway. I think though, if he tried to rapper shit again, like he ain't got that anymore. he ain't got that anymore. Sad to say. Jake Paul or Mike Tyson, who you got? I hate to say it. That's a good question. You would think Mike Tyson would be the no-brainer. You would think that. But he old. Mike Tyson is old. And people keep thinking that the Paul brothers are some goofy motherfuckers. They not. Whatever they put their mind to, they take it 1,000% seriously, bro. That's one thing I realized. Like they not playing, bro. They don't play around. They do everything as big as they can, and they've taken the boxing shit seriously. And see what the thing is, people underestimate them because their level of competition. What people don't realize is most boxers come in padding their fucking record, fighting bums and shit. If you like look at Deontay Wilder is a great example. Like look at his record going from his first fight to like Tyson, like bums, dude, just like most boxers, your first 5 to 10 fights are gonna be bums. Period. That's you pad the record, especially now. It's a formula to it. You pad, and part of it is just building confidence. You want your fighter with potential to be able to make, mistakes in his early fights that he can't afford to make in his later fights. So, there's a rhyme and reason to building up, right? And so a lot of times that's normal. And so people look at the level of competition and they're like, oh, they ain't fighting nobody. But he's really going about it the way a real boxer would. And so it sounds crazy, oh, Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson on the surface, but the fact that you're talking about a Jake Paul, a fighter that's taking it seriously, that's young and in his prime, going up against a man in his 50s, it's not as one-sided as people might think. I think because Mike Tyson just has this mystique about him. But reality is what it is. He's in his 50s and he hasn't had a serious fight. I mean, he had the Roy Jones fight, but again, two old fighters, and Roy Jones is even a natural heavyweight. He killed himself getting up to heavyweight when he was in his prime. Even then, he was barely a heavyweight. So, bruh. Damn, like That's actually, I think it's a good fight. I would bet on Jake Paul. I would bet on Jake Paul, but I don't say that with confidence either. I don't say that with confidence either. I saw this video of Mike Tyson recently where he was showing these guys how to do like the pivot. Like recent video, he took his jacket off and he was showing like his shit, bruh. Like he's in good shape. He's in good shape. Mike Tyson's in good shape. He keeps himself in good shape. Like he moved his form is so good to this day. And so he could knock Jake Paul the fuck out. So like he could knock him the fuck out too. Like I wouldn't be surprised. But if I had to bet, people would think I'm crazy. I would bet on Jake Paul because he's living the life of a boxer. He's and his I don't think his goal is to be a champion. I think he's content to just be like a low-level boxer fighting bums and never going up to that highest level. I think that's all he needs because people are internally impressed by anything that he does because they just see a YouTuber. They don't see a guy that's taking it seriously. I see you, motherfucker. You taking that shit seriously. But they think you just playing Xbox and sometimes boxing. No, he's taking that shit seriously. Zab Judah even said that because he's worked with him. He said, yeah, they not playing around. So my money's on Jake Paul, to be honest. But again, I don't say it with confidence. I'm not betting. I ain't betting more than $20 because he could get laid out too. It's actually a good fight, all things considered. I'm surprised you don't know who is conspiring against us considering you browse 4chan. I want to say, I mean, these are the names that pop up. Because, again, I don't want to act like I'm the all-knowing. I look into conspiracies and shit, and I just try to connect dots. But, again, I kind of lazily look into stuff. But, I see a lot of people. I see a lot of people blaming things on the Jewish community. I see a lot of people blaming things on BlackRock, World Economic Forum. CIA. Those are the names I see pop up the most. But I never did like the thorough research to say this is who's doing it. Shit. But those are like the common ones that I see, you know. Yeah. Tom, you know, but the thing is once you start especially when you start naming the Jews, yeah, that's a whole nother problem right there. So I don't even like getting involved in that conversation. You know, not saying that's what it is. But being on 4chan, as he said, that's what I see a lot. A lot of people want to blame everything on the Jewish community. And to be fair, I think that's kind of silly. And what I'm saying is, you know, I read a book. I read Chuck D's book. You know, Chuck D is the lead MC in Public Enemy. And Public Enemy got in trouble because of Professor Griff and his comments on the Jewish community. Interesting because Professor Griff also got Nick Cannon in trouble when he was on his podcast talking about the Jewish community as well. But I digress. But Chuck D was talking about the controversy of the trouble they got into because of what Professor Griff was saying about the Jewish community. It was so bad that Professor Griff took himself out the group just to take some of the heat off them. But I like what Chuck D said in his book. And he was saying that, you know, when you're talking about bad people in the world that control us, take advantage, and exploit us, he likes to focus on the individual, right? You don't want to get caught up in just being like, oh, it was the, you know, it's the whites, it's the blacks, it's the this, it's the that, right? Because then you generalize an entire group together, and then that never leads to a good outcome when you generalize everyone as being the enemy. And I think that's my general issue with people who blame everything on the Jewish community, because there are a lot of Jewish people who have, you know, power in the world. They own certain companies and have a certain degree of influence and things like that. Because I think you gotta be careful about that. You gotta be careful about that broad generalization, you know, because you don't want to just put everybody in the group and say, you know, they're the problem. You know, I think it's much healthier to focus on point to the individual that is actually fucking shit up, right? Regardless of their religion, regardless of their race, regardless of their background. But I'll say this too. I think on the other side, I think it's also problematic how it just seems like whenever people even point out a specific Jewish person who might have done something or did this, they get called anti-Semitic. It seems like you're not even allowed to acknowledge any potential wrongdoings or any potential agenda of the Jewish community without being called anti-Semitic. And I think that's just as unhealthy. It's kind of like when you have white people who will call out certain things like black crime statistics or certain unique problems that we have within within the black community, as far as like gun violence and homicide rates and things like that. You know, a white person says it, and a lot of people would just default to wanting to call him racist when he's actually making a solid point. Or like, you know, whenever Donald Trump would talk about the immigration issue, people would always default, oh, you care about illegal immigrants coming over illegally? You're a racist, you know? And now look at us. But yeah, that's the other side of the coin that I think is problematic, is that, you know, if there are Jewish people in the world doing wrong, committing crimes, manipulating situations for their own benefit and to the detriment of others, and you call it out, they'll call you anti-Semitic regardless. I don't think I've ever seen a Jewish person get called out and then the person calling them out doesn't get labeled as being anti-Semitic. I think that's problematic, because you have bad people within every single group. You have bad black people, you have bad white people, bad Hispanics, bad Asians. You have evil Christians, evil atheists, evil Jews, evil Muslims. Like, it's and so I think everybody needs to be held accountable. We regardless of what your background, your religion, we should be able to call you the fuck out. If we see you doing some shit, we need to be able to call it out. But again, the problem is when you generalize too much, and then you want to put everybody into the goddamn interrogation room, and then that's so I, you know, what I would like to see is just like real communication about this shit. You know, I want to see open dialogue, because I see this shit so much, and I'm like, I want to see like Jewish people and everybody just come together. Let's put the facts on the table and talk about it openly. Let's not default to shaming people or name calling and labeling. Like, no, fuck that anti-Semitic shit. Fuck that racist shit. Let's put the facts on the table and talk about it like adults, and then let's move forward from there. Why does that never happen? Why does that never happen? That's very strange. That's very strange. Because that's the common sense thing. You know, fuck all that. Let's put shit on the table. Let's talk about it openly with everybody. Never happens. Never happens. No. Dude, don't get me talking about fucking Jewish people and get my channel deleted. That's like talking about COVID-19 on YouTube. Oh boy. Tamani Nasagi was Kino. Yes. Yes. Man, some of the absolute finest in dark sexual fantasy hentai. Oh my God. Oh boy, Tamani and Asagi. I'm gonna do a Tamani and Asagi review one day. I don't know how I'm gonna get it on YouTube. I'm gonna do a Tamani and Asagi review one day. You know, they got Tamani and Asagi 0, 1, 2, 3. Am I the only one who feels like the hentai industry peaked during that era? Like the Tamani and Asagi Kengoku Senkan era? Like I remember when those hentai videos came out, I was like, yo, like this is top notch. And it seemed like I swear, bro, like most hentai shit that come out now is just so unimpressive as far as like the animation quality and shit like that. It's just like, I feel like it hasn't really progressed. Like it's stagnated. And you would think it would be the best ever now. Oh man. A lot have really good stories. Yeah. Porn addiction can be bad on some folks. Go look at Coach Greg and AMS episode. The dude up there had it. Look, I get you. I got you. Right. But let's not compare it to heroin. This is the problem. Like people lose all sight of perspective, dude. And they start comparing this shit. Like, I get it, dude. You're a Christian. and based on your religion, you know, the shame you feel regarding your porn addiction is multiplied by 100. I got you, bro. But shame is not the same as stealing television sets to afford your fucking crack addict, your crack habit, bro. Come on. That's all I'm saying, bro. Like when people try to compare pornography addiction to anything, alcohol, cigarette, like it's not, bro. Like, dude, if pornography addiction was that serious, I would be homeless in the streets. I would be stealing for porn video money. Well, you really don't need to pay for porn, but dude, I'm just saying, like, people get some damn perspective, dude. I think people just have a personal vendetta against pornography, and then it causes them to exaggerate the harm. That's all I'm saying, bro. Like, pornography is a baby ass vice, bro. It's a baby tier vice. It does not compare to even like simple shit. It don't compare to marijuana, food, alcohol. Like these are like the low level vices here. It like pornography is on the level of like video games and shit, bro. But people act like it's fucking crack. That's all I'm saying. And maybe I wouldn't believe it myself if I didn't go down the deepest rabbit holes of porn addiction. I remember one year, this is when I didn't give a fuck. I was like, I'm gonna masturbate as much as I can. This is when I was in my prime. I was in my fat prime. I was in my jacking off prime. And I said, this year I'm gonna do as much. I'm gonna jack off as much as I can. I made it to 1,000 busted nuts in a year. I counted it. That's how gone I was. Imagine someone saying, man, I'm going to just smoke as much crack as I can for a year. I'm going to do as much fentanyl as I can for a year. And imagine you got unlimited access to it too. You're going to die. Fuck out of here, man. I don't want to hear that shit, bro. I don't want to hear it. These goddamn porn addicts, shut your goofy ass up. Damn, get a real addiction if you want to bitch and moan about shit. Damn. I don't want to hear it. Shut the fuck up. God, I swear, that's all I'm saying, bro. That's all I'm saying. These niggas need to shut the fuck up. You don't have a real addiction, nigga. God. The nerve. It's a disrespect to addicts to even say that shit, bro. I live with a crackhead. I know what addiction looks like. These motherfuckers complaining about I jack off too much. Ew. Ew. Oh man, I can't believe you niggas, bro. I can't believe you. Before I went in the mental hospital, I was jacking off like crazy, dog. And when I went in the mental hospital, I didn't think about pouring out one time. Dude, if you have an addiction, when you are pulled away from it, you get withdrawals and shit. You like, oh my God, dude. Whenever I didn't have access to pornography, I didn't give a shit, bro. It was like, it's like whatever. When I got it, yeah. But whenever I could, like, when you are addicted, bro, like, no matter what, you thinking about that shit. You at the club, like, I gotta go to the bathroom, and you at your mama funeral, and like, I gotta go to the bathroom, and you at work, and you like, I gotta go to the bathroom, and you in the grocery store, and that's addiction. That's some real addiction. And look, technically you can be addicted to anything, but I'm saying like serious Ray Charles scrap. Like that's my issue with that shit, bro. Motherfuckers acting like they on some Ray Charles shit, bro. Dude, you just like jacking off too much. You'll be alright. Damn. That was a good rant. I'm gonna clip that one. Oh, but what are we doing? Oh, we ain't got much more time left. I gotta come out here more often, bro. We cut the fuck up. Y'all got me talking about Jews. Y'all got me talking about tackling judges. You got me talking about porn and wrestling. Man, this is why I can't get on live too much, because I talk too damn much, and I'm gonna talk my shit. I'm gonna talk my shit. Boy, live streaming is how you really get banned off YouTube. I'm telling you, bro, because you get into it. You get into that shit. Let me cool down a little bit. How y'all? Oh. Tamani Nasagi just looks like a new Kigi though. Love, the girls are my type of, oh, what? Breast enhancement Sakura? You ain't like that? But yo, I gotta be honest, like cause you know, it's like a whole fucking multiverse and shit, right? So they got like the side story, Dark Knight Ingrid. That's my bitch right there. The Ingrid, the black girl with the pink hair. Let me see if I can pull this. Let me see if I can pull her up real quick. Let me see if I can pull that up real good. I gotta find like a picture that's not like just her getting busted wide open, but let me see. Oh boy. But I like Asagi and Sakura and all that. Like, they're cool. But yeah, Ingrid, that's mine. That's the one I like. Let me see here. I can find a picture where she ain't just getting ran through by some fucking orcs and shit. We just see here. Ooh, okay. Yeah, I got safe search on. This is appropriate. Yeah. Oh yeah, and that blue hair girl too. I forgot her name though. Is it? No, that's not okay. That blue hair. If you know, you know. But the blue hair girl. That's another one right there, bro. That's another one for sure. I'm gonna just call her blue hair. I forgot her name though, but yeah, she good. But I've always been privy to Ingrid though. Like I said, it's like a little multiverse shit where they got like they all in the same universe, but it's different stories. Where's she at? I'm trying to get a good picture here. I'm trying to get this picture kind of. Oh, that's a good one right there. That's good. That's good right there. Let me see here. Put it right here. Okay, I'll show you guys. If you know, you know. If you don't know, now you know. Okay. Let's see. That's it. Okay. All right. And then boop. And then boop. Bop. Doo doo doo. Yes, this is important. Yeah, there we go. There we go. There she go. Oh, yeah, Dark Knight Ingrid. That's my favorite right there. That's the one. That's the one. I think, but the only thing I would say, I think the scenes in Dark Knight Ingrid pale in comparison. Taman and Asagi is a classic, but I do think that Ingrid is the best. She's the best. That's the best girl. That's definitely the best girl for sure. But yeah, it's the overall like plot structure and this the scenes. Nah, they didn't beat Taman in on that. But still, it's cool as fuck. They got a fucking multiverse. That's fucking crazy. What are we talking about? I don't believe in porn addiction. I feel like a lot of people that say they have are just teenagers who have been brainwashed into believing so. I believe in it. I'm not saying I don't believe it. It's the comparison to like more serious addictions that I'm like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Like maybe I'm built different. Maybe I'm just built different. But like, cause I have my vices. I never indulged in much, but I smoked weed, junk food, and porn. I always felt like junk food has easily been my worst vice, bro. Like junk food is like literally eating poison. And so it's just like food is easily 10 times worse than pornography. Easy, bro. Like food, look at what food does to people. People get morbidly obese, diabetes, you getting your foot cut off, arms cut off, going blind and shit, hypertension, strokes, cancers, and you got the nerve to complain about some fucking porn? You're goofy. You're goofy, dog. Come on. Porn ain't gonna get your damn leg cut off. Them pork chops will. This salty ass beef will. That'll get that bacon. Damn. Come on. I'm just saying we gotta get serious, bro. We gotta get in tune with reality. We gotta get in tune with reality here, bro. If you don't like porn, you don't like porn. That's cool. I don't care. But don't sit here and try to compare that. Don't ever sit here and try to tell me pornography is on the same level as like hard drugs or even like sulfur shit. Come on, bruh. If you have any addiction to pick from, you probably want video games, porn, or weed. Those are like the 3 baby ass tier addictions, bro. Like that. If you gotta have one, if you gotta have a vice, there you go. Super Chad Mark. Say Tori. Wait a minute. Oh no, wait a minute. Is Satori Blue the same Satori Orange? Or is it 2 different Satoris? I got this one guy I'm talking to on Discord. He showed me these pictures where he met Bone Thugs and Harmony. And I'm just like, this bastard. It's like he did it just to piss me off. Like he met he met my fucking rap idols. Like, hey Chad, check this out. They're just hanging out with Lazy Bone. Yeah, bastard. Don't forget what Dave Chappelle said when talking about ending misogyny. No one's going to point to the problem if the blame will fall back on them. So there needs to be room for forgiveness. Hold up. Webcam. Boop. There we go. Okay, I'm back. We are back. No one is going to point to the problem if the blame will fall back on them. So it needs. I love that. Damn, Dave. I love that. I think you can apply that to so much shit, bro. You can apply it like really, like there are just certain things where like you talk about it and instantly like fingers come pointed at you. That's, man, Dave. I shouldn't be surprised. No man is going to call out a rapist if they're known for grabbing ass without consent. No one. Yeah, absolutely. Oh man, maybe I shouldn't say it. I think I said this before one time, but when I was in like fourth grade, I touched a girl's butt. when I was when I was in fourth grade. Cancel me, fuck it, but I did it. That's why I kind of paused there because I was like, yo, hold up, whoa, oh boy, I have a past. Oh man, I did. I touched a girl's butt in fourth grade. Dude, what happened to me? I swear, I feel like in elementary school, like I was a demon, bro. I don't know. Somewhere I just got mind broken. I was might have been for the best. Now that I think about it, I'm doing shit like that. Fuck. The hell was wrong with me? But oh boy, dude, that'd be crazy. Wouldn't that be crazy if like I got famous and then some bitch was like, oh, he grabbed my butt in fourth grade? I'd be like, God, well, yeah, I did. I did. Shit. Dude, what do you want? You got me. I ain't even gonna fight it. It was like you got me. I said it. I said it. You got me. So, yeah. Hey, there you go. Oh man, censorship prevents discussions. Yeah, censorship, shaming, the labeling, all that shit. Because it makes people afraid to even talk about to talk about things. You know. I saw this. Oh man, um, you guys got to look this up. You got to look this up. It's some dope shit. Going back to World War II real quick. If I can find it, I don't know if I can find it or not. Let me see. Let me see. Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. I was talking about this earlier. The aviator, who was talking about certain minority groups pushing us towards World War II. And there's an article like laying out like his whole speech or whatever. Yeah, the following speech was given by famed U.S. aviator Charles Lindbergh in Des Moines, Iowa, on September 11th, 1941. Um, and basically, it's a speech that he gives where he's talking about how, the Jewish community played a role in accelerating the United States in terms of getting involved in World War II. And like even the speech in its entirety where I found it is filed under anti-Semitism in the Jewish Virtual Library. Um, and so again, like this is an example of what we're talking because read it, look it up and read it, and to me it doesn't sound anti-Semitic. It's a man laying out the fact that the Jewish community within the United States are a minority group that has incentive for us to get involved in World War II against what we want based on the fact that Jews were being persecuted in Germany. So he's again just laying out the facts and he gets called anti-Semitic for that. Now, there was one part he said. Let me check if I can say it. I can find it real quick. Okay, dude, this is some God. This motherfucker should have been president. All right. Listen to what he says. Personally, I believe there is no better argument against our intervention than a study of the causes and developments of the present war. I have often said that if the true facts and issues were placed before the American people, there would be no danger of our involvement. Here, I would like to point out to you a fundamental difference between the groups who advocate foreign war and those who believe in independent destiny for America. If you would look back over the record, you will find that those of us who oppose intervention have constantly tried to clarify facts and issues, while the interventionists have tried to hide facts and confuse issues. Right there, right there. Oh, also, we asked you to read. We asked you to read what we said last month, last year, and even before the war. Our record is open and clear, and we are proud of it. We have not led you on by subterfuge and propaganda. We have not resorted to steps short of anything in order to take the American people where they did not want to go. And I froze again. I thought I looked cool as I was reading that. but right there, like, just that's exactly what you see in our society right now, where propaganda wins out and you don't get all the facts. It's just like what I was talking about earlier with the situation in Israel against Gaza. They don't give you the full picture. Like I said, don't talk to me unless you're going to talk about why they allowed it to happen in the first place. That's the part that our government and mainstream media is never going to, I froze, it's never going to talk about. And that's one of the biggest problems and why we get riled up and pulled into bullshit, because we don't have all the facts. When you don't have all the facts, you get propaganda. You get created narratives that are designed to get you to feel a certain way, to think a certain way. But when you have all the facts, you might think differently. And the people in charge, they can't have that. I better stop. I better shut the fuck up. I better shut the fuck up before I come up missing. Oh. Wait, what time is it? Oh. It's 9:05. Well, I'm glad you guys showed up. We had a great conversation. You know, I'm definitely going to do this more often. I know you guys love seeing me and my big ass forehead. But yeah, I got to get out of here. I got to catch the State of the Union. I got to laugh. I need me a good laugh. I need me a good laugh. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. And I will see you on the next video or next stream or next song. So goodbye, Johnny.